What's up, guys? Welcome to a new video. Today I want to make a video talking about how much certain print-on-demand designs, images, whatever you want to call it, can make. Now, not too long ago, I made a video, which is right here, 9 days ago, about how I made 900, or excuse me, not 900. 9 days ago, I made a video on how I made $462.71 from one design. And basically what I did was I took one design, and that design was a photo, converted it into a painting, took that image, and posted it on 4 different platforms, and kind of saw the results, saw the income. Well, I actually repeated the process, or duplicated the process really, but for a few other images. And I want to show you an example of an image where I only got one sale. Now, this is interesting, okay? So, for those who don't know, this is the original image. So, this was the image that generated the $462. If you guys remember the slides from that video, these are the slides, okay? Now, the image that you're seeing here, the one on the left, is my edited version. So, this one right here that I'm moving is the edited version of that image. This image only generated one sale. Now, the one sale generated, it was a canvas sale on eBay, and this canvas sale, I think I upcharged it, like I increased the cost, and I think I generated something like $32.31, something like that in terms of profit. But it only generated one sale in total. Now, it's a decent sale. It's a pretty good, healthy sale. You know, it's a nice little chunk, but it's not something to brag about. Now, here's the thing. This was the original image, right? The one on the right. Converted it to a painting, kind of like what you're seeing on the left. And this image, and by the way, I have the full rights to do so, so it's not like I'm, taking somebody else's stuff or anything like that. But you see this image on the left here. This is a painting. Now, in my opinion, if it was my office, if it was my building, my house, my whatever, to me, this image on the left is more pleasing than this image. This is my personal opinion. I'm curious to know if anybody else agrees or disagrees. Yet this image, the one that, in my opinion, looks worse, just my opinion, generated a lot more income. Well, my argument to this, and I've spoken about this before, and I've stated this before, but this is a perfect example to give weight to this kind of, I guess you could say, foundational principle, is that when you're buying art, a lot of the times, unless it's head and shoulders above the rest, most of the time it's open to subjectivity, meaning it's not really objective about what piece of art is better, right? Whether it's this one or this one, right? And I'll just delete the original image right here. Whether it's this one or this one, it's not really objective as to what is better. I think we can agree on that. Some people might say, and they might agree with me, that this piece is better. But some people might say this one is better. I think it just depends on your preference. Now, I'm not sure what it would take because I'm not an artist. I'm not sure what it would take to have one design that's better, drastically better than both of these two. I don't even know if it's possible. But with that being said, this is kind of to just prove the point that in the print-on-demand world, you don't have to be the best artist. You don't have to be the best photographer. You don't have to be the very best of anything. You just have to be good enough to where somebody is willing to buy it. You could see here that this image is not some sort of, piece by Leonardo da Vinci here, but it's a regular piece. And so is this one. Yet it got drastically more sales. I think quality is important. Don't get me wrong. Quality is important. It's always important to strive to be better at whatever you're doing, right? Even though I didn't take any real effort to do this. I mean, it took 2 seconds to get it done. Didn't take any real effort, but I think when it comes down to designing, right, to creating your own design, and when I'm talking about designing, I'm not talking about these images. I'm talking about actually creating a design, adding your text, adding your own custom image, doing all that. It doesn't have to be crazy, amazing, artistic level 9,000. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say this is because a lot of people hold themselves back thinking that you have to be the very best or you have to have the very best piece of art. And I actually say, if your art is decent enough, and I've said this in the Autopilot Passive Income design course, right? I'm just going to whip out the design course to show what I'm talking about here. When I was doing the designs in the course, I specifically had a principle, and the principle was good enough that somebody can buy it. And I showed my 3-step system as to how to actually create a design that achieves that, right? Without actually logically thinking about it. Now, in the same notion, right, you don't want to have to necessarily spend hours and hours and hours per design, which just perfectly aligns with the concept that you don't have to be amazing. You just have to be good enough. And I think a lot of people have some sort of imposter syndrome, especially in the start. You know, maybe they're starting the first month or 2 months on print on demand, and they're working, and they think that, you know, they're not good enough to make any money because they think their art is bad or anything like that. And, you know, that might be the case, but I can tell you that it's drastically easy to improve in that kind of angle, in that kind of area. And you don't have to be some sort of high-level professional. If you go on Redbubble, you do a search on what sells, basic bestsellers, you're going to see different designs that might not necessarily be the very best of the best. They're not, you know, pieces of artworks that are going to be up in museums for, you know, and you know, prided on basically how beautiful they are, but they're basic pieces. So my point here is that really this is a call to action, which is just get active, just get doing something, and don't really worry about how crazy high quality. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some situations where you're going to focus on quality, meaning you're going to want to focus on the actual design. Does it fit on the product correctly? You know, is it transparent in the right way? Does it, you know, does the colors match? Things like that, basic things, right? Is it visible on certain colors of the product? Basic things like that, you know, but to hold yourself back from succeeding, from creating more art, just because you think that it's not good enough is bad, because you're always looking for that perfect piece. And the truth is that it's never going to be perfect. And even if you can create something that's quote unquote perfect, you're going to be spending hours doing it. Meanwhile, you could have created hundreds of pieces during those hours. If you took those hours, 9-10 hours, and used the method in the POD design course, where we've created 60 selling designs in 30 minutes, then you're going to see exactly how kind of easy it is. And like I said, it's not rocket science, it's not ridiculously hard, but it's feasible. It's completely feasible. All right. So for those who are interested in getting better, making money on print on demand, just get started, just get going. Don't hold yourself back. Don't think that you have to be perfect. Crank out those designs. Over time, the more that you do, you know, consistency matters. The more that you work, the more results you're going to see over time in terms of your quality of your skills, you know, and that's really important, all right? So I'll talk to you guys later. I'll leave all the links, courses, or anything like that in the description box, also in the pinned comment if you're interested, and that's all I got to say. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you guys later. Peace.